The GoPro Hero 12 released well over a month ago, so I've had a lot of time to test out and use this camera. Now, the Hero 12's release was met with a lot of skepticism. We were all expecting a 1-inch sensor, 4K 240 video, and some other major improvements. But GoPro decided to do more of a conservative approach with the Hero 12, having some software updates and changing the outer design. It's definitely not the flashiest GoPro ever made, but I think it's the best. Let's talk about why. Now let's take a break to talk about today's sponsor, Movavi. Movavi Video Suite has everything you need to make awesome GoPro videos. Not only is this a video editor, but it has so many different tools at its disposal. It makes complex things simple, lets you be as creative as possible, which is my favorite, and gives you thousands of different editing tricks. AI background removal, noise removal, upscaling, and a whole bunch of other features make this stand out over the competition. If you want to download Movavi at an insane discount, check out the links I left in the description. So the Hero 12 tops out in resolution at 5.3K 60 and 4K 120. It also has 10-bit color, HDR video, a new screen layout, improved battery life, hypersmooth 6.0, and more. Over the last few weeks, I've put it through every situation possible. Cinematic tests, getting it wet and muddy with wildlife, and everything in between. Not only have I found the best settings, but that the Hero 12 is actually an awesome camera. Now, many people out there are going to instantly hate on it because it's not a monumental upgrade over the 11, but the improvements it does have makes it the best. Let's start off with a big reason why I think it's the best: its price. The Hero 12 is available to everyone for $399 USD. That's $100 cheaper than the Hero 11 debuted last year. In an age where inflation is everywhere, GoPro actually decreased their price. Now, the most noticeable improvement I've found the Hero 12 to have is battery life. Man, does it make a big difference for me. I've been out for hours at a time capturing a ton of footage and not have my battery die. Now, if you're just filming long continuous videos, it's not going to be as noticeable, but if you're filming in smaller increments, boy, it's going to make a difference. Along that same line, I've also not experienced any overheating or screen lagging, which is definitely a plus. Now, the main takeaway from this camera is that the improvements aren't massive, but they're definitely noticeable. The most important thing when it comes to your action camera is the video that it captures. We all want the best looking footage and videos, and I think the Hero 12 is on an entirely different level. HDR video is a huge plus. Now, I wouldn't use this in every situation because I've actually found that in shaded areas or when it gets dark, HDR actually doesn't look the greatest. But in most film situations, it really enhances video quality. Everything in your background has so much more detail, and the colors pop just a little bit more. The only downside to this is that not every resolution is available with HDR, but 4K 60 alongside HDR makes for great footage, especially underwater. Hypersmooth is about the same as before, but another slight improvement is with audio. Let's take a listen. Here's the audio on the GoPro Hero 12, and here's the audio on the GoPro Hero 11. So overall, why is the Hero 12 the best action camera ever made? I know that's a very bold statement to make, especially with how competitive the market is. But it's because it's simple, effective, and delivers you amazing looking footage while being very durable. Let's take a look at its competition. The GoPro Hero 11 and 10 are both great cameras, but of course the 12 has newer and more updated features. The video quality is better than both, and the battery life is immensely better. Again, another reason people might shy away from the Hero 12 is because it doesn't have any monumental upgrades over the 11. And I will admit that fact is a little disappointing, but when you just look at the camera by itself, it's most definitely the best action camera out there. And when you go outside the scope to cameras like the DJI Osmo Action 4, that's when a lot of debate starts. However, the Hero 12's battery life is better, the video quality is higher, you have more freedom with your settings, and the stabilization is just a notch better. I will admit the Action 4 though is a very capable camera, and probably the second best on the market right now. Again, one of the biggest selling points is the price of the 12. At $399 USD, it's more affordable than other cameras, while keeping a very high standard. I know it's disappointing when we were all wanting that 1-inch sensor, 4K 240 video, and an end-to-end screen, but these small upgrades allow for fine-tuning with the Hero 12. These days, budget action cameras are anywhere from $250 all the way up to $350, and if you're going to be spending that much money money, you might as well go just a little bit extra to get the Hero 12 at $399. Overheating is definitely the most talked about issue with GoPros. I have yet to experience this with the 12 at all, but it definitely comes down to individual use. If you're using it in the sun and recording for 40 minutes straight, you're probably going to have some issues. But if you're not, then you should be fine. Moving on, the photos and star trails features are pretty much the same as the 11, but there wasn't too much room for improvement here. Personally, I think a lot of people out there get caught up comparing it to every other camera, and they set their expectations too high with year-over-year upgrades. When in reality, if you're using the Hero 12 for its intended purposes, whether for high action shots or vlogging on the go, it's definitely a great camera.